to East Montgomery County News on Lone Star Community Radio. We're recording live from downtown Conroe, and I'm your host, Margie Taylor. So we want to give you a little information about upcoming events, things that are happening with the school districts, Caney ISD, Splendora ISD, law enforcement, nonprofits, and local businesses. So we are here every Monday at noon, of course, from Lone Star Community Radio. So today we welcome Rick Hatcher. He's the president of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, and Belinda Wallace. She's the membership director of the Chamber. But before we have them on, let's go over a few updates that are happening in our area. The winter school band programs will be today at Tavola Elementary, New Caney Middle School, and Porter High School Choir. Tomorrow will be the winter programs by Valley Ranch Elementary, Band Branch Elementary, Kiefer Crossing Middle School, Woodridge Middle School, and Porter High School Band. Splendora ISD has an app. Did you know that? Yes, I know. And it's awesome. December 13th, Wednesday, is the last day to fit for Letterman's jackets for non-athletes, and this is with Splendora High School. Peach Creek Elementary has Cookies with Santa at 5:30. December 15th will be the Greenleaf Elementary 4th grade music program. And both girls and boys high school basketball games are scheduled for Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. Support our youth whenever you can. Heaven's Army of Resources is having their 6th annual Operation Giving Heart Christmas outreach. You may remember that Heaven's Army and Lenore Purvis were on our show last week with about 10 people that were talking about how you can drop off toys and get involved. And if you are a nonprofit organization, you can have a booth there for free. And that, again, is going to be on Monday, December 19th from 4 to 8. They are still needing toys, bikes, and volunteers. And if you are finding yourself in need of assistance, please give them a call at 281-689-5864, and that's at Heaven's Army of Resources. Their cutoff date was December 9th, but give them a call anyway, and I'm sure they can try to help you out with that. This is serving over 1,000 kids in East Montgomery County, and if you have not been to this event, come out there, volunteer, get involved. It will really make your heart grow bigger and bigger and bigger to see all these toys that they have gathered from our community. And from what I understand, Academy is helping them out with 300 bikes, and they are assembling them, the new Academy, out at Valley Ranch. So toy boxes are set up at Snap Fitness, the East Montgomery County Fire Station, Fishtails Academy, Heaven's Army, Rhonda's Family Hair Care, Roman Forest Police Department, Remax, Porter, and Caney Creek Cowboy Church. Get involved in this fabulous event and have a great Christmas, too. So winter break, otherwise known as Christmas break, for both Splendora and New Caney ISD will be December 19th through the 30th. Early release will be this Friday. Students will return on January 3rd. That is Tuesday, January 3rd, for both school districts. Precinct 4 Constable's Office wants to remind everyone to hide, lock, and take. Hide your valuables in your cars, lock and take your keys. Many thefts occur during this time. Don't let people take advantage of a situation. Be vigilant. Know your surroundings. Know where your handbag is. Don't leave gifts out there visible in your car. And remember that you can sign up for a vacation watch if you plan to be away from home over the holidays, and they will put that on their schedule to go by your home in your neighborhood. Some upcoming calendar dates to remember. At the Chamber, the Education Committee is currently meeting right now at noon at the Chamber building. The Business Development meeting is at 8:30 tomorrow. The East Montgomery County Historical Society meets tomorrow at 6:30 at the Tullis Library. Thirsty Tuesday is also tomorrow at 4:30 at Longhorn Steakhouse. And they have special drink prices, networking, and free hors d'oeuvres. Who doesn't like free hors d'oeuvres with their drinks? But the best part is you get to mingle with other business people. Learn, you should, whenever you go out to these things, you should try to meet at least 3 new people and hold on to their cards and follow up with them and have a conversation with them. Don't just gather business cards because it's of no use. Have a conversation, find out what they're doing and how you can help each other out. The gala meeting is also Wednesday. If you want to be on the committee for the gala, then they will meet Wednesday, December 14th at 1:30 at the Chamber. Speaking of the Chamber and the gala is Friday, February 17th at the Kingwood Country Club with a Las Vegas theme. They are still looking for sponsors. The admission is $70, and sponsor levels go from the $700 Monte Carlo sponsorship with a table to $5,000 level as the Bellagio sponsor. So we now want to introduce Rick Hatcher and Belinda Wallace, both of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing, Margie?
Awesome.
Margie. Great to be here.
Yes, Belinda, this is her first time on the show, but I'm sure she will have as much fun as Rick always does. Rick, of course, is on here monthly or close to monthly, so he's been on here quite a few times in the 8 months that we've been doing this show. So, Rick, it's been a big year.
It has. We've, we always have a great time when we come over and talk with Margie. It's so much fun to be able to talk about how businesses come together to do the business the best they can. And one of the things that we do throughout the year is we offer so many networking opportunities for people to get involved with through many different venues, and we can talk about some of those today. So I think you'll be interested to find out what we do.
Oh, absolutely. I know. I love being a chamber member. I think that's the best thing you can do for your business. If you just put up, open your doors and say, we're here, that doesn't do it anymore. You have to connect with other people. You got to find out about their businesses, and people need to see you so that they can form a relationship, because everybody does business with people they have a relationship with, because you can go to any realtor, you can go to any,
pest control person,
insurance, whatever. But who are you going to do business with? Are you going to do business with somebody that you just look up in the yellow pages? Or yes. what is going to spur you on?
It's all about who you know and people you want to work with. If you build a relationship, you're going to want to work with that person.
Absolutely.
So that's the key.
And referrals.
Yeah,
you're going to refer people.
A lot of it is built around trust, as you well know. I mean, and we offer so many opportunities for people to get to know each other that trust and that bond forms. And a lot of the times that through those meetings and through those committee meetings, through all the things that we do as a chamber, and it helps people get to know who they're dealing with and who they can depend on and those types of things. So that's the greatest thing about what we do is we build those relationships and we give them opportunity to be able to do that very thing, is build relationships to get to know people better.
I think as membership, it's my job to help connect people with each other. So when you join the chamber, I want to introduce you to people that you want to do business with and who want to do business with you. So I consider myself kind of a mediator and just kind of binding people together.
You're a matchmaker.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a matchmaker.
Exactly.
So do you use your ambassadors to help, introduce people? And what is an ambassador?
So the ambassador is basically the face of the chamber. So an ambassador is going to be the person that's going to welcome people in and kind of also that tie that binds people together. So the ambassadors meet once a month, and our goal is to reach out to as many members as possible. There's about 50 ambassadors that currently are with us. A lot. But the goal is to reach out to, among the 50, to at least 3 to 4 businesses in a month that they don't normally would have met, and see what we can do to bring, other businesses to them. So whether it's introducing it to another person that they may want to work with, or how we can help them in the future. So that's what the ambassadors do.
Well, and it's always scary going to a new place. I mean, it's kind of like going to a new church or any place you don't really know what the norms are and how to meet people. So when you see somebody that comes in, or it might be a good idea for them to call to say that they're coming into the luncheon or whatever, so that you can have that planned and be ready to meet them. Or if they're coming to this Thirsty Tuesday tomorrow. That's a more informal gathering where it's very easy to meet new people. Do you get many people that come to that networking opportunity?
Oh, definitely.
New ones?
And that's another thing that we try and do is especially when we know a new member is going to be coming in or someone that's new. It's just to have an ambassador or one of us from the chamber meet with that person and make those connections. Allow them to meet people.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm most proud of is the fact that our chamber is known as being fun, but also being very friendly. So when people come to those meetings and they don't know anyone, before they leave, they will know quite a few people. They'll feel very comfortable when they go out that door, and they'll want to come back. And that's most important. Like you said, as a new church, you've got just a few minutes to make these people feel very welcome, or they're not interested, and they're going to leave, and they're going to disengage from you, and they're going to go away.
Absolutely.
We tried it, and I make a stressed effort to everybody, especially on the ambassadors, to make sure that you reach out to these folks. If you don't know them, if you haven't ever seen them, reach your hand out,
smile,
give them a welcome,
yes,
and try to introduce them to someone else, and let that chain go out throughout the entire meeting. And that's a great way to make people feel comfortable, and we do a great job of that.
And especially introduce them to somebody who could help their business. Mm-hmm. Listen to what they're saying, that they do at their business, and try to connect with them with someone else that would be someone they might want to get to know. Of course, they want to meet everybody there, but specifically somebody that can really make a difference to their business too would be a good way to do that. What is the lowest rate that it starts at for membership?
So the lowest rate as a business membership is $250, which
is nothing for a year.
When you break that down, it's $12.50 a month for basically advertising and networking. So
right,
that's really nothing. It goes on up from there. The next level membership would be the bronze, which is at $550, and then it continues up to the platinum, which is $2,500. So if you just want to start out and you're just kind of not sure where you want to go, start in at the business level. $250. What can you get for $250?
And you still get to meet a lot of new people. You can come to the luncheons. You can come to the Observer luncheon, because you have a lot of new people that come to that all the time too that are guests. You can go to the breakfast connections. There's a lot of things that people can go to. Plus, you get email blasts. You help out with email blasts of a current event they have going on.
Yes, and business referrals.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And if you're having a special, you can, like you said, the email blast is one thing. So it's just a win-win. $250, and you can get all this kind of value from a membership.
You can't do anything marketing that lasts for 1 month for $250.
No.
And when you advertise in, let's say, the Observer or anything like that, which isn't a bad thing, but it's two-dimensional. You're not seeing the person. You're not connecting. You're not getting a relationship. So this is something people really need to think about. And when you join, I notice it's also in the Observer, isn't it?
It is.
So, bam.
There
you go.
We have a partnership with the Observer newspapers over in our side of the county, and it hits probably about 12 to 25,000 homes on a weekly basis. We're not in it weekly, but monthly. Our new members are put in there, and other things about what's going on in the chamber. So we have a really good connection with the Observer newspapers.
Well, we are going to come back in just a few minutes. And, of course, this is an hour-long show, Mondays from noon to 1. And I am Margie Taylor, your host. We will be back with Rick Hatcher and Belinda Wallace from the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber in just a moment.
EMC News, your local news from EMC every Monday at noon on Lone Star Community Radio.
When medical emergencies happen, trust your best neighbors ever for extraordinary emergency care from board-certified physicians. Neighbors Emergency Center is making lives better by providing exceptional medical care for you and your family 24/7, 365 days a year with little to no wait time. With Montgomery County locations in Porter and Kingwood, Neighbors Emergency Center is there for you. For more information on Neighbors Emergency Centers, please visit them online at nec24.com.
Want to know what's happening in East County? You're listening to EMC News on Lone Star Community Radio.
Hello, we are back on EMC News, and we, of course, are recording live from downtown Conroe at Lone Star Community Radio. I'm Margie Taylor. A podcast of the show will be available probably Tuesday morning on SoundCloud and YouTube. So you can go to our show page, irlonestar.com/EMCN, or you can go to our Facebook page, EMC News, for the latest podcast. And if you want to be one of our guests or a sponsor, like my friends here, Belinda and Rick, who Rick loves being on the show, let me know. Send me a message. Give me a call. So we are back here with Rick Hatcher, president of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, and Belinda Wallace, membership director. And we were talking about how easy it is to join the chamber and get connected and grow your business for as low as $250 a year. So give me a little recap of what the chamber's been going on. What's been going on with them in 2016, Rick?
This past week we did a luncheon, and let me tell you a little bit about the luncheons. We have, on average, probably 130 to 150 people that come once a month. It's the very first Wednesday of each month, and those begin at 11:30 and they go to 1 o'clock. What I try to do is bring in speakers that are informational for people that are there and try to help them do the best they can, talk about how they can get engaged with their business and improve their business. Sometimes it's an economic development speaker about what's going on in the area itself. This past week at our luncheon, I went over a lot of the things that we had done over this past year just to give people an idea that there are many opportunities for them to get engaged with other businesses in the area. One of the things that I hear, and most chambers will hear, is that, what has the chamber done for me? Oh, my goodness. If you don't get involved, it's like joining a weight loss program and never doing anything.
Or Gold's Gym and you don't show up. What happens?
Nothing happens. You get out of it what you put in. But for $250 annually, that could be just one transaction of business with anybody.
Yes, it could be.
And they can get that back very, very quickly. But what we offer is so many opportunities for people to get involved. We have 11 luncheons every year. We don't have one in January because it's the first Wednesday and it's so close to the very first part.
I didn't know that.
January 1st. So we don't have a luncheon in January only because of that reason. And so people are just getting back from Christmas holidays, right, and they're just not ready for that.
Yeah.
So we start in February, and we have 11 luncheons throughout the year. Along with 11 observer luncheons that are the second Wednesday of each month. And those are held at the Homewood Suites Hotel. And we have a partnership with the Observer, as I'd mentioned earlier. And they have speakers that will come in and talk about things that are happening in the area. And it could be anything from everything the Observer supplies. But we all have a focus toward trying to help businesses do more business. We also have 11 breakfast connection meetings that are 8 a.m. on the third Wednesday. So as you can see, there's a pattern here.
Wednesday is the day.
It is networking
Chamber
Wednesday.
Day.
Except for Tuesdays, which is Thirsty Tuesday.
That's correct. But we do have networking Wednesdays.
Yes.
And that's the first Wednesday, the second Wednesday, and the third Wednesday of each month. There is something that's going on that people can get involved. The Breakfast Connections is held at Kingwood Medical Center, and that is free. It doesn't cost you a thing to come because Kingwood Medical Center provides the breakfast for us, and we have grown that to somewhere around 45 or 50 people that will come to that, and they get to talk a little bit about their business, introduce themselves, and then many times I will do just a little bit of inspirational talk or how to do business better or lead a discussion during that time frame about how we as business people can get together and help each other do better at what we do. So that right there in itself, there's 33 different opportunities for people to get involved in. So I think we do a great job in offering networking opportunities.
I think so too.
You know, one of the ways that I used to tell people, if you go to a business meeting and you don't think that you're very good at small talk or you're thinking, man, I don't know what to say. I'm just going to stand here and look like a bump on a log. There's a thing that I used to teach people all the time, and it's called FORM, F-O-R-M. If you can talk about family, you can talk about your kids, you can talk about grandkids, you can do all kinds of things like that. O is occupation. You talk about their occupation. And then the third R is recreation. What do you like to do? What's your favorite vacation? Where did you go on vacation that was your greatest time ever? And then the last thing of course, is money. But if you can talk about family, occupation, recreation, you can carry a conversation on with almost anyone. And then the money thing will come naturally, because what they're doing at that particular point is what we mentioned earlier, is forming a relationship with people.
Right.
So if you can get that, and a lot of times you have to understand, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. And if we will use those 2 things more than that 1 thing, you're going to get out a whole lot more out of that, because you can walk away from that conversation and let those people do most of that talking. They're going to go around and talk to everybody else and say, he was such a great conversationalist, because they talked about themselves all the time. And if you just keep your mouth shut and listen to what they have to say, and then just go in with a natural conversation about that form, family, occupation, recreation, and then money, you would be surprised about how easy it is to start a conversation with someone and just talk about things.
And build a relationship.
And that's what it's all about, is building that relationship. So isn't that great, Margie, that you can do something like that?
Well, I've also noticed that if you listen more, you can see when somebody gets very excited, enthusiastic, and passionate about something. And that's what you key in on, and that's what you remember. When their eyes light up about an experience they had, or something innovative, or something about their family, and you see suddenly they sparkle in their eyes, that's what people remember, and you'll remember that as the relationship.
And if you take
that's who you want to do business with, because somebody that draws emotion from you because you saw it in them.
Take a mental note of that.
Yes.
And if you run across an article or something like that you can send them and say, I know Rick loves whitewater rafting, and I was watching a show the other day, and they mentioned that there's going to be a program on this particular channel that's going to be talking about whitewater rafting. I just wanted to send you a note, Rick, and let you know this program's coming on. If you weren't aware of it, and right there, that is building a relationship with someone.
Listening to me.
Absolutely.
And they are thinking about you.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
And that's a very important thing to be able to do.
That's a great way to do that.
So make those mental notes. Take those things down when you really are trying. You don't have to try to meet everybody in the room. That's not necessary. But if you can, because you have 33 opportunities to do this, guys. You don't have to try to meet everyone in that room at that one meeting, but you can continue to do that at every meeting that you do.
And if you're not good the first time, there's 33 opportunities. Right. Keep coming back, go to another one, and get better.
Would you say that people should try to meet 3 to 5 new people at each thing and then follow up with them?
Yeah, I think that if you can meet 3 to 5 people, that's good, but get in depth with only one is all you need to do, because you can start this conversation with someone, especially if you find out that maybe there might be a connection with me and them. This is where this form really comes into play. If you can follow that form recipe, that family, occupation, recreation, and money, then you can do a lot of things with people, and that will form that relationship that you're looking for. But if you meet 3 or 4 people that you don't know, that's wonderful. But if you can get really in depth with a couple of them by using this and engaging other people into that conversation, you can learn so much more. And go beyond 4 or 5 people. You learn things about people that you've known for years by using this method.
And like you said earlier, it's not about passing out your business card. It's about making that connection. You can collect all kinds of business cards, but what is it going to do?
Right.
You really have to make those connections, like Rick was saying.
Well, if you have a bunch of business cards from going to an event, and I go back and I look at them, I go, well, this person never talked to me, so I don't need this card. And I have no idea who this card is. But the one that spoke to you, I have a card from Belinda. I remember her because she also connected me with somebody else, and she was so nice, and she smiled, and I learned a lot about her kids and what's going on. Then I'll hold on to that, because it's a relationship. Even if I don't do business with you, I can be friends with you, and you never know where it's going to lead to.
Exactly.
And do you remember everything that anybody tells you, Margie? Here's the great thing. You collect business cards, and when the meeting actually begins, you jot on the back of those cards the things that you remember very quickly, because you can't remember everything about everyone. Correct. But if you can jot those few things down, son loves soccer, her daughter is in the band, anything like that. And that makes it very personal to that person, because when you follow that up with an email, said, really enjoyed the conversation the other day. I hope your son does well in the upcoming soccer game and all that kind of stuff. then they know this person really has a care about me.
That's true.
Awesome. Another good thing is followed up with a thank you card. People love getting something in the mail.
Handwritten.
Yeah, because nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, it's just a personal touch.
And if they're handwritten in blue ink, that makes a big difference. I don't know why the blue, but it really does make a difference. Because you can't really, you'll notice that there are programs out there right now that you'll get stuff in the mail and it looks handwritten and it's in blue, and that's because of the personal touch that they're trying to get across. It doesn't take you long to figure out that's machine generated.
Correct.
But it does make a difference in how you write
how
someone.
You respond. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's a great way to do things. But to move on beyond just the 11 networking events that we do, we also have business after hours.
Well, we're going to take another little break here. And as a reminder, this half of EMC News is sponsored by Neighbors Emergency Clinic. So when emergencies happen 24/7, please go to Neighbors Emergency Clinic. I'm Margie Taylor with EMC News, and we'll be right back.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Animals of all shapes and sizes are welcomed at Big Thicket Vet in New Caney with vet services like extensive health exams, vaccinations, heartworm, tick, flea prevention, along with experienced and trustworthy emergency and urgent care. For more information on Big Thicket Vet in New Caney, visit bigthicketvetnc.com or locally at 18403 FM 1485 in New Caney, Texas.
Stay tuned to the EMC News Hour with your host, Margie Taylor.
Hello, we are back on EMC News, recording live from downtown Conroe, and I am Margie Taylor. So if you want to be on the show, give me a call, 936-828-6881, or go to our Facebook page, EMC News. So we are back here again with Rick Hatcher and Belinda Wallace from the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. And Rick was telling us some of the things going on at the chamber, and Belinda was encouraging everyone to come out there, get involved. I mean, you can even go check it out and be a guest at any of these things. You don't have to join right away.
Yes.
Come and find out what it's all about. Go with a friend, bring your neighbor. Just come out there and meet new people. We're all in this community together. So there's so much growth going on in East Montgomery County. If you haven't been out your door and seen all that's going on at Valley Ranch, I mean, my goodness, of course, Academy is doing well, but there's a lot of new shops that are progressing right now and getting ready to roll. What about that, Rick? Where are we at with that?
Well, Belinda and I drove through there on the way over this morning, and I was very pleased to see there's a new Chili's that is being built that is under construction right now. Panda Express is one of the other stores that has their sign on their building now. Sally Beauty Supply, Subway Sandwiches. The Academy is already in operation, of course. Hobby Lobby will be coming on in the next few months. Sam's Club should be opening this next month. So there's a lot of great things that are happening in Valley Ranch itself, but not just Valley Ranch, but around the entire area. When you look at the amount of households that are coming into the area and the growth of the schools, you will understand that there is tremendous amount of business opportunity for so many people that's all the way from Cleveland south. And you got to keep in mind that Highway 59, US 69 is probably the best highway for getting in and out of Houston, Texas, than any one that they have. The movement that goes along that freeway is vitally important to commerce of any type. Anytime you got people coming into a city and they're meeting gridlock day after day after day, that's not a greatest thing that you want to impress upon.
No, you don't want to come out there. No.
People just say, I don't know if I want to put up with this all the time.
Right.
But Highway 59, US
moving.
69 moves all the time. And that's a great testament to what we've done. Now we have the connection with the State Highway 99, the Grand Parkway, which connects 45 and 59 with only 11 miles. It takes about 11 minutes to get from our area of the Kingwood area in Porter, New Caney, over to the Woodlands now. generally would take you 45 minutes.
It takes
or
a while
longer.
because you have to go 242.
Exactly.
And that's one lane road. And you can't pass in a lot of places because you can't see.
Right.
It doesn't open up until you're almost to 45 to 2 lanes.
Take the Grand Parkway, smooth sailing.
That's absolutely right.
Another thing that's going to be driving a lot of new growth there is because of the citizens of Montgomery County that came together and passed the road bond issues that are going to supply enough funds to be able to get together and leverage that with state money and federal money to improve our roads even more. Mm-hmm. As you noticed on 1314, as you're going toward Conroe, it's now 4-lane all the way to 242. It wasn't like that until just recently. But that's nice. Getting in preparation for the overpass that is going to be built over 1314 on 242. That will move traffic greatly through that intersection as well. So there's a lot of things that are happening that help the development in that area. You've got major subdivisions that are being built, like Tavola. Tavola has 3,500 houses that are planned for that area. That's very important for real estate agents, which Belinda is a real estate agent.
Yes.
And it gives people a lot of opportunity to move into some very high-quality housing over the next few years. Of course, that transfers into more and more students into the schools. It is predicted that there will be a third New Caney High School in the next 3 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. They're approaching somewhere around 15,000 students in the school district right now. That could go up to 25,000 over the next few years. So the growth comes with the people, of course, and the stores come with the people. So there's a lot of things.
Well, there's a lot of job growth in our area.
Growth.
You know, we have still the race park that's going to be opening. Mm-hmm. We have the amusement park that's going to be opening in phases. So there's a lot going on in East Montgomery County.
Medical district that's going to be put in. That's going to be huge for our area. Another hospital.
Right.
Yeah, there's so many things that are happening, and we're very fortunate to have some of the businesses that we have, such as Memorial Hermann Hospital and Kingwood Medical Center. Neighbors, one of your sponsors, is in the area as well. But I tell you, we are very, very fortunate to have the East Montgomery County Improvement District in our area because of what they have been able to do with the sales tax dollars that are generated that goes back into the community and how they deal with that. It's tremendous help to us as the chamber as well as the businesses that are in that area. Their business park, and I don't know if too many people listening today have gone out to that business park, but at one time it was nothing but woods. Now there's more than 15 businesses that are sizable businesses, including the Walmart Distribution Center, which is more than 1 million square feet out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's some tremendous business that is going on in that area, and it will continue to grow. MSET also offers scholarships because of some of those businesses that are there. They help make that foundation continue on and on and on.
And they have grants that they give to nonprofits, local nonprofits.
Just to really support our community as a whole.
Right. It's a tremendous thing to have that a lot of people don't have in their area is an economic development organization such as MSED. And I'm very proud of the fact of the work that they have done. And you mentioned the race park that is called Speed Sports.
Correct.
That's going to be a great new fun thing to do. And actually coming in April, our chamber is going to have the very first big function that Speed Sports is going to host. They're allowing us. They're allowing us to do that, and they wanted to wait until April so they could get the bugs out if there's any bugs in it. While people are coming out from a public viewpoint and being able to run on that racetrack, that is going to be such fun. And what we're doing in April, it's April the 7th right now, is what it's planned for. What we're going to do is we're going to have 20 teams. And so you better buy in quick because there's only going to be 20 teams that are be allowed. And it's a relay race. So there's 5 people on each team. They will race each other around the track, and they'll have 4 or 5 laps each. And then they come into the pits, and they try to get out as fast as they can and get back at it again. And then they'll win their heats, and then they'll participate in another heat, and then there'll be a final.
Semifinals and the finals,
it's going to be so on. It's going to be so awesome.
And
I tell you.
How fast do these cars go, Rick?
85.
Well, the ones that we're in, they will do somewhere between 45 and 50, maybe 60 miles an hour. There is a professional side of it. There's a professional side of this track, though, too. And those are the guys who come in. And this is really good from an economic development standpoint, because you think of races like Indianapolis 500, Daytona 500, things like that. These are kart races, so they're much smaller cars. But you're talking about a car that's maybe 5 or 6 feet long, has an individual in it on a professional side that's doing upwards to 75 to 80 miles an hour on a track that's made for these particular races. This is exciting, just to go out and watch that. There'll be people coming in from all over the country that will come and participate in something like that.
And they have their own garages to keep their vehicles, their carts and all that. I saw some of that. It's going to be fun. He asked me, he goes, well, you have a Mini Cooper. Do you want to go race it? I said, oh, my goodness. Not ready right now. Go ahead. You can take it and do it. I'm not doing that. Yeah, so we look forward to that. So you also have the Loop. Tell me about the Loop, and what does the Loop do? Because that helps businesses too, right, Belinda?
Yeah, the Loop is where businesses can come. They can get basically a booth, and they're going to promote their business. It's about meeting people, talking about your business. It's how many businesses did we have last time?
Well, we're talking about the expo now. But,
sorry.
But the expo is a good thing for us to talk about, because we have about 47 to 50 booths that will come out. They can purchase into that booth site and be able to, for the next 3 hours or so, be able to promote their business there. The Loop that Belinda was talking about initially was an informational type of program. And we have 3 businesses that will come out, and they will talk about what's going on in their area or what's coming up about their business. It's generally informational as we can make it about major things that are happening. Speed Sports was one of those.
Right. MCED was one, too.
And MCED was one that gave an overall viewpoint of things. Kroger, when they came in, they were talking about things. We also had Christian Covenant School that is in Kingwood that came in and talked a whole lot about what they were doing, as well as we reach out beyond what we do in our area. Because you have to notice that the Woodlands, the East Montgomery County area, Kingwood, Conroe, we're all connected, guys.
Right.
You know, we cannot only promote what's going on in our just our backyard, but it regionally, we have to know that we are all connected.
We're all in the
community,
and
and we all are tied together.
Correct.
You may live in our area because the housing may be more affordable in our area than it is in the Woodlands, but you may work in the Woodlands. So, and it goes back and forth. So economic development is a very regional thing. So at one time we even had the Lake Houston Chamber and their economic development group came in and talked about things that are happening just south of where we are.
Because it's connected.
Absolutely.
You know, you cross that border and you're right there.
And they support things that we do.
Yes.
They support things that we do. And we should support our county, because our county is like the 6th fastest growing in the country. And there's reasons for that. It's because of the people that are here. I was talking to a lady just the other day, and she was a new member. We put her on this past luncheon, and she said, you know, there's nothing like Texas hospitality. She said, I'm so glad to be a part of this. And your chamber, you guys emulate that more than anyone I can ever imagine. So it's a great thing.
You know, it's all about your smile, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
It's very welcoming. You know, it makes anybody feel at ease. So we're going to take another little break here, and then I want to talk about events that you've had this last year and some upcoming events that are on the calendar.
Some exciting stuff.
So, yes, Rick and Belinda from the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber, and I am Margie Taylor, your host. We'll be right back on EMC News.
Lone Star Community Radio is FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, coming in June of 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk and music shows on YouTube, cable TV, and Our City TV, we are offering special sponsorships rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcast. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like the one you're listening to online at irlonestar.com/sponsor, or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Check out EMC News on Facebook. Like us to see more about coming shows and guests.
Hello, I'm Margie Taylor. We're back on EMC News from downtown Conroe on Lone Star Community Radio. And, of course, we have Rick Hatcher and Belinda Wallace from the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. And we were talking about membership and growth. And what I want to now maybe focus on a little bit are some past events that pulled more people into the chamber and what you have going down the pipeline. So what events did you have this year? I know you had the Sawmill Festival.
Sawmill Festival was a great time. We had our very first Texas Lumberjack Championships this year. That was a group that came out of Disney. That was the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show.
They were great.
They were great people, and they had people that came from, I think it was 10 different states to come in and compete while we were there. Thanks to Margie Taylor, I will tell you this much.
Margie.
We had two of our greatest television companies out of Houston, Channel 11 and Channel 2, that came out and covered stories on the Sawmill Festival and the Texas Lumberjack Championships.
And the high schools got involved. That was awesome.
That was the best part.
Yes.
I love the high schools out there at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Both Porter and New Caney with everything and the cheerleaders, and it was exciting. So even if you didn't have your coffee, it was still fun and exciting and loud and wow.
And Sherry Williams of Channel 11,
awesome.
She told me, she said, I have never in my life thought that I would have two high schools that come together and work as well together as they did.
She was impressed.
And so she was very impressed with what we do, because there is a great amount of community pride that takes over in that area. But the Sawmill Festival was a great time. Belinda, it was your first time for Sawmill Festival, so what did you think of that?
It was fantastic. The events were great. Just seeing all the people, all the vendors that were there were fantastic. I was doing raffles, and we raffled off some great prizes, TV, an AR. I mean, so many businesses got involved and sponsored our event, and it was fantastic.
And I think October was a good time rather than June.
And we're going to grow this thing,
so.
But we have a more permanent date that's going to be in November. November happens to be one of the driest months of the year.
That's true.
So we're going to have our next Sawmill Festival on November the 11th of 2017. But you know what goes right around the corner is the planning for all that.
Oh, yes, I know.
So it is a year-long planning. We have quite a few areas that we're going to concentrate on this year. So we'll have opportunities for people that are members to come in and help us plan for particular areas. What they'll do is they'll take hold of an area and be the captain for that, be responsible for that, have some ownership in it, and make it even better than we could, just because we don't necessarily have the passion for that one particular thing. But when you have passion for something and you really want it to work, man, you can do great things with that.
And that's a great
faith.
way to meet new members,
Absolutely.
Old members, just get to know
and
more
bring
people
new
better.
ones in.
Yeah, on a committee and be part of what's going on.
And working together for the community, because you know that's all it's about, is working for our community and making it better. You know?
Yeah. The Sawmill Festival is not just about the chamber. That's one of the greatest things that we have there. It's not just about the chamber.
Yes.
Because we'd like to bring in other nonprofit groups to be able to benefit from what's going on out there. The schools, so we can help them. We just got to get these people interested and understand what the vision and the dream for this is. This could be one of the greatest events that Houston, Texas has, because it's so unique. When you have actual lumberjacks that are there and they are competing for prize money, it is
big money.
It's big money. And it's really kind of cool when the guy drives down with his car full of chainsaws from New York. I mean, that's that's pretty awesome.
So you have chainsaws, you have axe throwing, you have, what are they doing? They're climbing up the timbers.
Hopefully we'll be able to do that in the next few years. And the water sports.
The water rolling, log rolling.
Yeah.
So, so we had the Sawmill Festival, but going down is starting in February. You have the gala, the Chairman's Ball. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's going to be a casino night this time. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. Very quickly, I'll tell you this. That we decided that, this is a celebration. This is not a big business meeting. And we didn't want to go through announcing this person did this and this person did that. It's a celebration.
Okay.
No, it's not an award ceremony. It's a celebration for what we did over this past year. Yes, we will thank our past chairman and our incoming chairman for what's going on. But this is going to be great fun. It's going to be a casino party where we're going to just be doing gambling with fake money for about 3 hours or 4 hours. So I think it's from 6 to 10. And there's some great prizes that'll be given away. When you win your money, you'll get a ticket for every $1,000 that you win, and then you'll be able to put those tickets in great prizes. It can be anywhere from a liquor basket to a barbecue pit to Astros tickets to almost anything.
You still need no donations, right?
Well,
to get involved, or what?
The committee is still meeting on these kind of things, and we had some great one meeting this past Wednesday, and it was awesome. We'll be meeting on that more regularly as we get through the holidays.
Right.
But yes, we have it planned out, and we know exactly where we're going to head with that. It's just the sponsorships. If we sell all these sponsorships that we have available, we'll have a great, great gala. It'll be great for the
people
chambers.
Get to dress up, so that's kind of fun.
It'll be great. It'll be awesome fun. Awesome fun, because you're going to have about 20, 25 blackjack tables. We'll have 3 craps tables and 2 roulette tables that are there. We also have live entertainment with Mickey Hobbs, who was there last year. If you haven't heard Mickey sing, he is a great singer, and I think you will enjoy just coming out and paying the money to get in the door just to hear Mickey sing, because it is tremendous good fun. Great fun.
And tickets are on sale now?
Yes, they are.
Okay, on your website?
Correct.
Okay, well, there you go. And of course, let's just talk about what that website is. It's GEMCchamber.com. And they're on Facebook at GEMC Chamber. They're also on Twitter on EMC Chamber, and they're on Instagram too. So there's a lot of ways you can connect, but the best way is in person.
Absolutely.
If you can drop by their office, come to a networking meeting, come to Thursday, Tuesday, starting at 4:30 at Longhorn Steakhouse tomorrow. I'm going to have to check my calendar. That sounds like fun.
It's great.
Well, you better come.
Yes. So what else? Is there anything else you want to mention? I know you go to the Capitol in Austin as well.
March the 7th, we'll be traveling. We do this every other year when the legislature is in session. We will be able to go over as a group on a bus that is sponsored by MSED. It costs $25 for you to be able to get on that bus and go for an all-day deal over to Austin.
It's a lot of fun.
You get to meet the legislators. You get to see the legislatures in action on the floor. It's really cool. If you've not been there, you should go and enjoy the day and learn a little bit more about that. This past year, I put together a little open book test for people so they would learn more and more about what their government is all about and be very informed when they get there, because it's very nice to know and understand what's happening on that floor. And these people are supposed to be there representing you. So it's always good to know about what's going on.
Well, and one of the things that the Chamber does is by having more people, more business owners, it gives you a voice. So it's all about advocacy and things that you want to do and grow with your business as part of the Chamber. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. I mean, because and we try to keep tabs on what's going on with business legislation, because whatever happens there could affect your business. So we need to be aware of what's coming down the wire so that we do have a voice and we can talk to our state senators and our state representatives and they hear us.
And don't you have a committee if somebody is interested in being part of that about advocacy? Not yet?
No, we have a committee, but that committee is pretty much a closed session for the leaders in that area, from cities, mayors, and superintendents and things of that nature.
Okay. Well, so again, we have Rick Hatcher and Belinda Wallace, both of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber. And tomorrow you can connect for free at Thirsty Tuesday. Excuse me, it used to be Thirsty Thursday, but now it's Thirsty Tuesday at Longhorn. What's it called?
Longhorn Steakhouse.
Sorry, I was going to say Longhorn Saloon, but
right there at the Deerbrook Mall.
Yes, at Deerbrook Mall, starting at 4:30. So I am Margie Taylor. This is EMC News, and this portion of the show is sponsored by Big Thicket Veterinary Clinic, who is also a chamber member, and they're in New Caney, and they service all animals, all sizes, and make house calls because they help with your horses and your longhorns and your geese and your dogs and your cats.
And your goats.
All of that. Yeah, your goats, if you have goats. So next Monday, December 19th, we will welcome Edna Kennedy, Community Executive Director, and Pauline Beasy, Senior Director of Youth Development for Conroe YMCA and the East Montgomery County YMCA. We hope you've enjoyed the show today. I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call or go on EMC News. Send me an email, margie@taylorispr.com. Thank you for listening. Tune in next Monday and be safe.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schissler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schissler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.